Hello loves, I want to thank you so much for coming back to my channel today. If today's your first time, I want to welcome you. On today's episode, I'll be showing you how to make my BOFROT of puff recipe. The making of this recipe is so simple with simple ingredients, and I'm going to take it step by step. If you are interested, please keep watching and stay tuned. Once again, I want to thank you so much for your love and support. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe to this channel. I really appreciate you so much. Until next time, may God richly bless you. I love you all. Please keep watching and remain blessed. On today's episode, I'll be showing you how to make one of my delicious BOFFLOAF recipe. I already have a recipe for BOFFLOAF. That recipe, I did not include eggs and milk. So if you are lactose intolerant or allergic to eggs, you can watch that BOFFLOAF recipe. It's equally delicious as this one. This version is a bit richer than the previous one, but that is the recipe we are making today. To proceed with this amazing recipe, let me go ahead and show you the simple ingredients you need. Over here, I have 4 cups of all-purpose flour. Here, I have 1 cup of fresh milk. Here, I have 4 tablespoons of melted butter, 1 egg. I'll flavor this BOFFLOAF with ground cinnamon and also nutmeg. I have 2/3 cups of sugar, half a teaspoon of salt, 2 tablespoons of active dry yeast. I'm going to add this teaspoon of sugar to the milk in addition to the active dry yeast to activate the yeast. And here I have 2 cups of warm water. By the way, the fresh milk is warm, okay? You need to warm up all your stuff before you make your BOFFLOAF. Otherwise, your BOFFLOAF will not rise. As I always tell you, before you activate your yeast, you want to test to make sure that your milk is not so hot. If it's too hot, it will kill the yeast. Make sure it's lukewarm, okay? Every liquid or warm liquid you are using, make sure it's not overly hot. Otherwise, your BOFFLOAF will not rise. Once again, I want to thank you so much for coming by today. Don't forget to click on the notification button so whenever I upload a new video, you'll be able to get it and you are not missing out on anything, okay? So the first step is to go ahead and activate our yeast, okay? Pour everything inside the milk in addition with the sugar, and then give everything a very nice gentle stir. Once that is taken care of, we'll set it aside and have it rise and be activated. So the next thing I want to do now is to go ahead and add all my dry ingredients. So I'm adding my salt, my sugar, my pinch of the cinnamon, and also my nutmeg. And you want to give everything a nice gentle stir. Make sure that all the ingredients are well incorporated with the all-purpose flour, okay? So now I want to go ahead and transfer all the all-purpose flour, the mixed ingredients, into my electric mixture with the paddle attachment, okay? As you can see, our yeast has been activated. It's foamy at the surface of the mixture, okay? So it has been activated. Let's go ahead and pour that in here. I'm also going to add the egg and the melted butter and start mixing everything together. Gradually, I'll be adding my warm water. want us to check for the thickness of this mixed dough, okay? We don't want our dough to be too soupy, otherwise you'll not be able to scoop it and fry them. You want to make sure that the thickness is medium thick, okay? So I'm going to use my spatula and see the thickness. If you find your mixture to be a bit too liquidy, don't worry. Simply go ahead and add a little bit more flour to it, okay? So for me, I'm just adding about half a cup of flour to it and then continue to mix it together until I achieve the thickness of my mixture, okay? Okay, so I'm going to show you a trick to making a wet, nice, perfect consistency BOFFLOAF. Whenever you pick up the mixture from the mixed ingredients, you realize that, see the way it's dropping back inside the bowl? You can tell that this mixture is not liquidy. It's thick enough, okay? Look at that. When I pick up the wet ingredient, a lot of it comes on the spatula and I'm able to pick it up. So it means that it's okay. I'll be able to scoop this batter and fry it. So at this point, we are going to leave it to rise. That is the next step. It might take about 30 minutes. It might take about 45 minutes or to 1 hour. But that is what we'll be doing right now. So let's go ahead and cover it up with a clingy wrapper and our napkin and have it rise. So I use a total of 5 cups of all-purpose flour to achieve the perfect consistency for the wet BOFROT recipe. So let's just set it at the nice warm place and have it rise, okay? We'll come back and check up on it. So right now I'm going to check to see whether the BOFROT has risen, okay? Look at that. It has risen and doubled in size, and now we can go ahead and start frying them. So please watch the way I scoop the BOFFLOAF from the mixing bowl and drop it inside the oil. I'm warming up my oil. I have it in medium heat. Also, I wanted to tell you all that you can make this recipe without the electric mixture, okay? If you check out my previous BOFFLOAF video, you realize that I manually made it with my hand. So you can do all the mixing with your hand. So let's go ahead and get started. So it looks like our oil is ready. I'm just going to scoop a little bit of the batter and then drop it in there to make sure that I can start frying indeed, okay? So here I'm going to scoop a little bit of this. This is how I go about it, like that. I want to beat it a little bit like this, and then you take a little scoop and then you kind of roll it like that, okay? You roll it in your palm, and then I'm just going to drop it in here to make sure it's warm enough. Looks like it's warm enough. I can start frying. Okay, so one secret is that you will see that the BOFFLOAF will stir. See how it's popping up like that? When you fry it under this temperature, your BOFFLOAF should be okay. And this, mine is at medium heat right now. If I feel like it's frying the BOFFLOAF, but the BOFFLOAF is not cooking from the inside, then it means your stove is too high, okay? So put it in medium heat. So once again, I'm going to show you how I beat my BOFFLOAF. By the way, Nigerians call this recipe puff puff, okay? Ghanaians call it BOFROT. Well, sometimes we call it BOFROT, BOFFLOAF, all type of names for it, but this is it. You don't want to overcrowd your oil, okay? So this should be enough. I'm going to allow this batch to finish frying, then I'll come back and continue. Make sure that you use your nice wash clean hands though to do the scooping, okay? Please keep watching. Hello beloved, I want to thank you so much for staying tuned and learning how to make my delicious BOFFLOAF or puff puff recipe, however you call it. As you saw, the making was very simple. Please do not forget to subscribe. Do not forget to like, share this recipe with friends and loved ones. I really appreciate it. Thank you all so much. I have a recipe for a dry BOFROT recipe. This is a wet BOFROT. And I also have one that you can make with water without any milk and eggs. So please go ahead and check all of them out, okay? Once again, thank you so much. Remember, I love you all so much with the precious love of God. I'll see you in my next video. Until next time. Bye for now. Puff puff. BOFFLOAF. BOFROT recipe. Bye-bye.